Welcome back to another episode of the Not a Football Show. My name is Tico from the Tico Fantasy Show, and I'm here with my pal.
Sports.
And you are watching the Not a Football Show.
Not scoring touchdown. Yeah!
We love the Tico Fantasy Show.
I don't think that's how we usually start these shows, but guess what? That's how we're starting it today. What's going on, people? What's going on, Sully?
Nothing too much. It is the first day of the league year.
Oh my God, it
today.
is the first day of the league year. It starts at 4 p.m.
Oh wow, I thought it already started because it's the day.
Nope, 4 p.m. That's when the new league year begins.
It's when all the people that are gonna get cut,
Yeah.
and when all these contracts actually exist.
Yeah, because right now it's the legal tampering period.
Yeah, but I mean, nothing's gonna change.
No.
Everyone's signing to where they're signing. That's how it is.
Yeah.
And speaking of signing where they're signing today,
We are going to be talking about people signing where they signed.
yes, the offseason so far is the winners and losers so far of the AFC East and the AFC West.
That's what we're talking about.
Yes, shall we start?
I think we should.
Okay, first team up, the AFC East, the Buffalo Bills. Their first move is to sign Josh Palmer to a...
That's not what I thought you were going to say. That's not what I thought you were going to say. But yes, Josh Palmer is going to the Bills. What is it, a 3-year, 30 mil?
36.
36, a little bit more expensive than I initially thought.
Yeah, so only $18 million guaranteed, though. The rest of it is incentive-based. So, I mean, I guess it's not terrible for your wide receiver.
They just love bringing in these receivers like Josh Palmer, Khalil Shakir. I mean, shit, when are we going to bring in a real, like weapon, like an X Factor type of guy?
Like a Stephon Diggs?
Yeah, like a Stephon Diggs. Where's that guy at? Ain't he a free agent?
Like a Dalton Kincaid?
A Dalton Kincaid,
That
like
guy
a guy
sucks.
who's going to drop your pass in the AFC Championship and cause you to not go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, basically that guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, Josh Palmer. That's really the main move on offense that they have made so far. They lost
Von Miller.
Mac Hollins.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest loss.
Would you rather have Mac Hollins for 2 years, $8.4 million, or Josh Palmer for
Mac
3?
Hollins.
Yeah.
Mac Hollins. He's got aura. He wears no shoes.
He wears no shoes. He
No
already
socks.
knows the offense.
He
so-
barefoots. He wears big masks. I mean, shit. Why would you not want Mac Hollins on your team?
Yeah, he's doing the AFC East tour right now. He just has the Jets to go.
Yeah.
He's
He's gonna get there.
He's a Patriot now.
Yeah. He's got a couple years left.
Other big move they made, Joey Bosa. For some reason,
That's what I
as a
thought you were
Bill.
gonna say.
Yeah,
That's what I thought you were gonna say. I don't understand what the fuck happened here. Like, I have to assume it was because of money, because that's the only thing that makes any sense. Because why would you not want to go and play with your brother?
Yeah, or the other team that was rumored, the
Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins. I mean, well,
I understand why you didn't
Yeah,
want to
I
play for the
understand.
Dolphins. I get that one. That one makes sense.
Yeah.
But why would you not want to go play with your brother? I mean, I understand they had to have offered him more money. I have to assume the Niners and the Dolphins were offering him less than $10 million, I think is what I heard, and the Bills offered him 12, and you got to take your 12.
Yep, $12.6 million, 1 year deal. He'll play like 4 games.
Worth up
5
to
games.
15 in incentives.
There you go. But I mean, he won't.
No,
He won't get these.
no.
They also went ahead and signed Larry Ogunjobi to a 1 year, $8.3 million contract, and Darrington Evans. I don't believe the monetary value is out for that yet. They also re-signed DeMar Hamlin and also,
That just happened.
fat ol' extension for Josh Allen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not like it doesn't like do any. I don't care.
I'd rather do it now than later.
I guess that's a good point. I guess that's true. You know, the Bengals, there was somebody who hasn't really understood that one quite yet. But hey, we're not talking about them.
No, we aren't. And still out there on the market that were on the Bills, Amari Cooper, Von Miller, Rasul Douglas, Austin Johnson, DeJuan Smoot, Quentin Jefferson, Jordan Phillips, and Quentin Morris are all
And they're not
still
coming
out
back.
there. Probably none. Yeah,
No,
of them.
none of them are
None
coming
of
back.
them are
They're
coming
all
back.
going new places. The
Yeah.
Browns. Wait, I just got something.
Browns, what?
Nope, just kidding. JK.
The
Just kidding.
The Dolphins really want Calais Campbell back.
And speaking of the Dolphins, let's talk about
Let's
them.
talk about them. They haven't done very much.
They haven't done shit. Actually, I like the one thing they did, or the two things they did.
Or the 3, 4, 5 things.
I like Zach Wilson.
It's not terrible.
Is that bad to say that I like Zach Wilson? I kind of like him.
It is bad to say you like him, but it's not bad to say that.
I honestly like I hate Tua so much that I think the difference between him and Zach Wilson isn't that significant.
I mean, I know the difference between him and Skylar Thompson is definitely.
That's a big difference. It's a big difference. But I think Zach Wilson's a really good backup, and I like that we brought him in.
Yeah. So Mike McDaniel hoping to do a Sam Darnold to Zach Wilson, 1 year, $6 million contract. He will be playing. He's gonna play.
100%. He'll get at least one start.
Yeah, 1,000%. Other moves they made, James Daniels, who's a really good offensive lineman for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Coming off an Achilles
Yes,
tear.
an Achilles
It's a
injury.
little-
But I mean, it's only $8 million, 3-year
Yeah, it's
contract.
cheap.
Re-signed Terrell Dodson, brought in Nick Westbrook-Akine for $6.5 million. Lost Javon Holland to the Giants, who Javon Holland made a list of like stuff that he wanted in his teams.
Did he really?
And the Giants fit none of them. They wanted like a stable coaching staff.
And he didn't even get
Like
that much
a
money.
No, he's like
I thought he was gonna bring a lot more money than he got 3 years, $45 million. I figured he would get a lot more money than that.
Yeah, I could tell you right now where he ranks among safeties.
I'm actually very curious because Javon Holland's very good.
He is the 8th ranked safety in pay.
Probably the 8th is probably who's ahead of him.
Jesse Bates, Xavier McKinney, Trevon Moehrig.
Oh,
Yeah, that kind. He's right there with
how
Cam
much money
Bynum.
did Trevon Moehrig get?
He got 3 years, $51 million. He's right there with Cam Bynum and Talanoa Hufanga.
Jeez.
So yeah, lost Javon Holland to the Giants. Signed Ifeatu Melifanu, Ashton Davis, re-signed Ashton Campbell, lost Braxton Berrios, brought in re-signed Quentin Bell, Larry Boehm, and lost Durham Smythe.
What are your thoughts? Okay, so I'm like looking at it from like the Dolphins' perspective, and they brought in Ashton Davis. They re-signed Elijah Campbell. So those two together, I think they come out to about $4 million compared to giving Javon Holland $15 million. Like, is that like?
No, you should have signed Javon Holland. I just imagine he didn't want to play there anymore.
Yeah, I
the whole team was kind of checked
Dolphins
out.
either. I hate
Yeah.
the Dolphins.
Yeah.
It's a terrible team to be a fan of.
The whole team kind of checked out at the
Yeah.
end of the year. So, still out there from Miami, there's a lot of players that they're probably going to lose.
Raheem Mostert. Oh, they already lost Raheem Mostert.
Kendall Fuller, Raheem Mostert, Emmanuel Ogba, Jeff Wilson, Kendall Lamb, Duke Riley, Liam Eichenberg, Jordan Poyer, Calais Campbell, Saron Neal, Isaiah Wynn, Benito Jones, Anthony Walker, Deshaun Hand, Cameron Brown, River Craycraft, Jake McQuaid, Tyus Bowser, Matt Dickerson, Tyler Huntley, Jack Stoll, Jackson Carman, Dwayne Eskridge, Anthony Schwartz, and Grant Dubose.
That's a lot of names.
Yes, none of them are coming back. Maybe Calais Campbell. Apparently they want to bring out Calais Campbell.
That's a lot of names.
Yes.
But they suck.
Yeah.
I think they might finish last in this division next year. Crazy enough.
I hope.
I too. If they came out next year and were like got a top 5 pick.
Ooh.
Yeah. Fire Mike McDaniel, bring in a new head coach.
Ooh.
Come on.
Sign Zach Wilson to an extension. And
Yeah.
trade
Give
to
it to Poppy. Nick Westbrook-Akine has 10 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, Nick Westbrook-Akine had more touchdowns than all the Dolphins receivers combined last year.
Doesn't shock me.
So,
Johnny
yeah.
Smith.
Let's go on to the next team.
Big winners.
Big winners. My winners. I think probably your winners too of this division. The New England Patriots. They shelled out the biggest contract they've ever given to anybody to Milton Williams.
They spent a lot of money.
They spent a lot of money on a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they've probably spent the most so far. Probably.
I would say 100%.
Yeah.
But they also have. I would say they improved the much out of any. They have improved the most out of any team in the NFL.
Yeah. Still haven't really gotten a weapon though. It's kind of
No, but then
Matt
you got the
Collins.
draft. You still have a top 3 pick in the draft.
Yeah, I mean they're getting the meat and potatoes done right now, so they
Yeah.
don't have to get a position.
And
in
Mike
the draft
Vrabel,
and
Mike
get a
Vrabel
weapon.
knows like the good meat and the good potatoes. Like
Bet
he
he
knows
does.
he knows like the good seasoning and he knows how to cook them and he knows what he's doing.
Mike Vrabel and good meat always in the same sentence. Yeah. So Milton Williams on a 4-year, $104 million contract. They signed Carlton Davis to pair with Gonzo. 3-year, $54 million contract.
I love the Harold Landry signing.
Yeah, the Harold Landry signing. He's a big sack getter, and he had his best seasons with Vrabel.
Exactly. Love that.
So, he is on a 3-year, $43 million contract. They bring in Robert Spillane.
Yeah, I was just about to say Robert Spillane's a good underrated signing I like as well. They paid a lot of money for him though. I think they paid
3-year, $33.
Yeah,
11 a year.
that's fair.
11
Okay,
a year,
that's not
crazy.
bad. It's not bad.
Morgan Moses, Mac Hollins, Josh Dobbs. So maybe Joe Milton is going to end up getting traded. Josh Dobbs
That's what
may
they're
end up being
talking
the
about.
backup. And Kyrieus Tonga.
Who?
I don't know.
I don't know that
I
guy.
don't know that guy. 1 year, $2.7 million.
What position?
D tackle.
Oh,
From the Cardinals.
depth.
Cardinals D tackle.
Depth.
Probably trash.
Jonathan Gannon guy.
Yeah. So yeah, these are the winners of this division because basically they spent the most money.
Yeah.
But Milton Williams is a good player coming off a Super Bowl win.
See, I was trying to figure this out, and I was asking. We have a special guest here today, Saucy.
Saucy.
Saucy, our analyst. How you doing, Saucy?
I'm doing fantastic. How we doing?
Good.
so good.
Yeah.
Better
and
now,
it's great
though.
to have you here. I'd love to ask you a little bit about Milton Williams. And he really didn't play as much as a guy who would get paid this amount of money, and so I just want to know if that's like a good thing. Like, was that a good move on their part?
Yeah, the Patriots need this bodies bad. Their roster's so bad. He was a rotation player for the Eagles, but the Eagles got a nasty defensive line, and he was productive even in that role. He was a monster in the Super Bowl, and I just trusted we were able to get the most out of him. So I think it was a good signing, even though it wasn't a lot of money. They just need players, good players, and he's a good player.
He's a good player. Good players. He plays a good player. But yeah, I like Milton Williams. I mean, it's expensive though.
Oh yeah, I mean,
$26 million.
at the end of the day, if you win a Super Bowl, you're gonna make more money than you would have if you didn't.
True.
So.
True, very true. But they're 100%. I would say they might be the biggest winner in all free agency.
It's not crazy. I think I got a bigger winner, but we'll get to them eventually. Ooh. Next team, last team of the AFC East, the New York Jets. You're clapping.
It's Justin Fields.
It's Justin Fields, but this is the biggest loser in the division. So
No,
far.
why?
Okay, let's see who they lost. They lost DJ Reed. They lost
Replaceable.
Javon Kinlaw.
Replaceable.
Devontae Adams.
Old.
Morgan Moses. Hassan Reddick. Solomon Thomas. Ashton Davis. They're going to lose Tyler Conklin, Tyron Smith, Wes Shyster, Isaiah Oliver, Lakeith Fotu, Chet Clark, Jalen Mills, Kendall Sheffield, Greg Joseph,
Yeah,
Jamin
but all
Davis,
of these guys you're naming are the old men that they brought in to, appease Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and so they brought in Justin Fields, quarterback who's been very on and off, is now going to be the quarterback of a team that historically has terrible, shitty quarterbacks.
No.
Oh, yeah? No?
Justin Fields will be the thing that changes his team, along with Aaron Glenn. That's the reason. That's the biggest reason why I believe in the Jets right now is because of Aaron Glenn. I love what he is. The people he has brought in with the coaching staff. He really hasn't gone out and gotten guys who are great football minds, but he's brought in guys who are really work well together, and I think that is extremely important.
Okay.
No?
I mean, I like Justin Fields and I like Aaron Glenn, but I mean, it's the Jets, and I'll never.
I know it's so hard to believe in the Jets or have any faith in them whatsoever, but I really like Aaron Glenn. I think he's like a player's coach, I would say, and I don't know, I just really like him. I like him and Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson. The Ohio State boys back together makes me happy.
Yeah, I just think they're also the losers as of now because they just need to do more.
You would say the Dolphins aren't bigger losers than the Jets?
No, because they made more moves and addressed more issues. All they signed was Justin Fields, Brandon Stevens, and
But you're
Andre
talking
Cisco.
strictly free agency. I'm talking like when we go into next season, how do you think this division shapes up? Like at the end of the year, who's where? The Bills win.
Bills win. And then probably the Patriots or Dolphins, and then the Jets.
I disagree. Okay. I think the Dolphins are for sure on the bottom, and then Patriots.
The Jets got worse significantly.
You think the Jets got significantly worse?
They lost Devontae Adams. Who's their other receivers besides Garrett Wilson right now?
Okay, they need another wide receiver. Okay. Yes, but
that's
what
I'm saying. They're
free
losers right now. They're losers right now. We're talking about right now.
No.
Okay. All right.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. What do you mean maybe? We're talking about right now. We're talking about the losers so far. What do you mean?
You
can't talk about the draft.
You could be right.
Okay.
But you're not.
Okay. They're not losers. They're going to draft someone. It hasn't happened yet.
Not yet.
They probably will. I know. I know. They're going to get Matthew Golden, okay? I know.
Matthew Golden and Garrett Wilson would be fucking nasty. Amika Ibuka would be cool. Ohio State.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
I like Ohio State.
We're moving on?
But yeah, that was my biggest loser so far. I mean, they also gave Jamien Sherwood a fat contract, which I think he's like a top 10 paid linebacker right now. I don't think Jamien Sherwood should be a top 10 paid linebacker.
I don't know. Saucy, do you know anything about Jamien Sherwood?
Got no clue. Sounds like a classic Jets overplay right there.
Right there.
Good analysis.
Hell yeah. You want to go on to the AFC West?
The Jets still have $28 million in cap space.
Who are they gonna get?
I don't know.
Who up there on the board? Evan Ingram to the Jets?
Aaron Rodgers.
Tyler Lockett.
Evan Ingram is interesting.
Tyler Lockett, man.
Tyler Lockett. I mean, it's weird that Tyler Lockett hasn't signed with the next team we're going to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you like that?
AFC West, first team, the AFC West, the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yep.
I'd be willing to assume that is where he ends up going, though.
I'm surprised. I'm really curious as to why he hasn't signed there yet. It makes me think that there's another team out there that wants him, that's offering him more money or something.
It's possible. I don't think that's crazy. I like what the Raiders have done because they have a quarterback now. They have Geno Smith on, honestly, not a terrible contract. His
It's not a-
contract's not terrible.
It's not a terrible contract, no. But don't they still need to give him an extension?
I believe. I
And-
think he's still got 3 years.
Does he?
I think. Let me see. Keep talking while I look at this.
Well, I know you're gonna say that this. Have you already said this is your biggest winner? One of your winners?
Yeah. Well, Geno Smith is the 20th highest paid quarterback in the league right now,
Is he
and
really?
he's still got 3 years on the contract.
Oh wow, okay, I didn't know that. I thought he needed an extension. My bad.
I mean, they're the biggest winners because they went from a situation where they had no clue what the hell was going on. They may have been in contention for a quarterback in the draft, and now they have a guy for the next 3 years where they can win football games, look real like a real team. I mean, if we're talking about off-season winners so far, they have a legendary head coach now, a really historically good offensive coordinator now, and I think they're moving in the right direction is what it is. Before, at the beginning of this offseason, you're like, what the hell are the Raiders? They got Desmond Ridder and Aiden O'Connell.
Gardner Minshew.
And now they have, I don't know, Geno Smith, Jeremy Chin, Alex Kappa, Landon Roberts.
Yeah, so here's my problem. While yes, 100%, they've done great in off-season free agency. They've made good moves. They've done everything good. They've gotten better. They're still the worst team in this division, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is a hard team to be the
So
best
what's
team
the point?
What's the point? People keeping their jobs.
Yeah, but you just, like, nobody's keeping their jobs. Everybody just got fired.
Yeah.
You just brought in a whole new group of people.
Yeah, and now these guys want to keep their jobs.
I don't know. It's given Seahawks 2.0, and that Seahawks team with Pete Carroll wasn't very good at the end. I mean, they're yes, they've gotten significantly better, but I think it's all for nothing. I still think the Chargers are better. I think the Broncos are better. I know the Chiefs are better. And what are you going to do? Come fourth in the division and maybe get a wild card spot? I don't think that's going to happen.
I will say, looking back at it right now, I may change them being my winner because of the players they've lost. They've lost Trevon Moehrig, Nate Hobbs, Robert Spillane. They've also lost Divine Diablo. So, I mean, that's four probably your best, outside of Crosby and Christian Wilkins, probably your best defensive players. So I don't deny the fact that they will probably suck again, but it's just the fact that they went out, got a quarterback for really
Nothing.
nothing.
Third round pick. Nothing.
Like, I think there's teams out there that would have given a second plus more picks for Geno, and they were able to get it done for a third.
Yeah, it's impressive, but I think it's all for nothing, and I don't know. Will the Raiders ever be like, good enough for any of that to matter? No, they won't. So does it matter? No. That's my.
They also extended Max Crosby. That's
Woohoo! They ruined the defensive end market is so fucked up now.
It's always been fucked up.
What do you get?
I mean,
33 a year?
Yeah. Or let me see.
The Browns are the ones who really fucked it up.
Oh yeah, it was 3 years, 106. So a lot of money.
Jesus.
Let's go on to the next team, the LA Chargers. So the LA Chargers lose Josh Palmer, Poona Ford, Christian Fulton. They cut Joey Bosa, lose Nick Neiman. Really, the only moves they made is signing Najee and signing Dante Jackson, two Steelers dudes.
So I know you have them written down as a loser,
Right.
but a big thing that I like that they do have is that they tried to keep as many people as they could, and there's a lot of familiarity still with this roster.
Okay.
There's a lot of like consistency from this year to next year. There's still a lot of guys who are staying there. The whole offensive line is basically staying together. You lose J.K. Dobbins, you bring in Najee Harris. Najee Harris,
They're like the same guy.
yeah, it is like the same guy. But J.K. Dobbins is coming off a pretty damn good season.
Yeah. No, I agree. They also re-signed Khalil Mack. Honestly, really,
I don't love that move.
I have them listed as the losers, but I just don't think really anybody in this division really lost. So
I agree.
They made the least amount of moves, so that's
a
why I
good
put them
point,
as a loser.
yeah.
So, yeah, not really too much to talk about. Like you said, they kept a lot of the same people. Really, just Najee and Dante Jackson, the two Steelers guys. I like Najee there, though. I think
I
it'd be
love
nice.
Najee there. I think it's probably the best landing spot you could have asked. You could have asked for fantasy football.
Yeah, the Greg Roman offense, Jim
Yeah,
Harbaugh.
yeah. They love to run the ball. They will run the ball. And what more do you want?
Lord knows they gonna tote that rock.
They gonna tote the rock.
Next team, I think I'll switch this to my winner. I like what Denver's done. They went
I
out
agree.
and signed two of the best defenders on
Yes.
San Francisco, Talanoa Hufanga and Dre Greenlaw. That Dre Greenlaw contract is crazy. 3 years, $35 million for a
It's
guy
cheap.
that can be an All-Pro when he's
But
healthy.
he's coming off an Achilles.
That's the thing. It's just, but when he's healthy, he can be an All-Pro. So,
but we haven't seen him, like, he hasn't been back at that level since tearing the Achilles, so it'll be interesting to see if, maybe he just took $35 million and said, thanks.
yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, it's adding 2 really great players to a defense that was really good already. They also added a weapon for Bo Nix, Trent Sherfield.
Woo! Trent Sherfield! I don't care.
Yeah. They need a running back pretty badly.
They desperately need a running back, but I think
yeah.
they'll get one in the draft. This is a extremely heavy running back draft. It makes sense for them to do that. Or you got J.K. Dobbins, Nick Chubb is still out there. There's a bunch of guys still out there.
Yeah. So they lost Javonte. Who else did they lose? Anybody good? Zach Wilson to Miami.
Oh no! The heart and soul of our team, Zach Wilson.
Lost Cody Barton to Tennessee. So yeah, I mean, not too much going on there either. I'm done. I'm done with Denver. If you want to move on.
I wish they got a receiver.
They did. Trent Sherfield.
I wish they got a real receiver.
There's still quite a bit of time left.
They need to get a real receiver and quickly.
Who do you want? Who you want there?
God, I don't know if I want any of these guys there.
Probably someone on the lower end.
I think I'd rather them just draft somebody like I'd rather see them use a first-round pick on a receiver.
Tez Johnson.
Tez
will be a Bronco.
Tez will be a Bronco. He's gonna go
be a
undrafted. I think he's too small. But
All right.
yeah, I don't think any of these guys are gonna end up there.
Von Miller reunion. There
That'd
you go.
be fun.
Doesn't play receiver though.
Yeah. He could. Imagine Von Miller at receiver.
That'd be terrible.
Von Miller's got a chicken farm. He's got a farm. It's like full of chickens and shit.
I would assume that's what a chicken farm.
Yeah, shit.
Next team,
The Chiefs!
The Chief, Kansas City Chief. Their big move really hasn't been signing anybody. It's been big old restructuring of contracts that literally just happened. Patrick Mahomes and Chris Jones.
Nearly $50 million.
Ooh, baby! So they're gearing up for a move. It just hasn't quite happened yet, unless one of these 20 notifications from Twitter is something.
They're going to get, I think the first thing they will do will be a Trey Smith extension.
Yeah, and then probably bring in somebody for all the receivers that they're losing.
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs makes perfect sense. You bring him on a 1 year, 15, 12, 13 million, somewhere around that range. And, Stephon Diggs has the best shot he's ever had at possibly winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, he had to get through the Chiefs to go to the
Can't
Super
beat
Bowl
him,
all
join
the
him.
other times. Exactly. Who did they bring in, though? Let's see.
Christian Fulton?
I don't like the fact that they paid Jalen Moore 2 years, $30 million. He was a backup lineman for the Niners, and now he's the starting left tackle for $15 million a year.
But that's cheap. For an offensive lineman, it's crazy to say now, but $15 million a year is pretty cheap for an offensive lineman.
At the end of the day, it's kind of at the point where anybody who has to sign offensive linemen is probably going to lose.
Yeah, if you have an offensive lineman and you're letting them leave your building like Joe Tooney, I never know how to say his last name. Tooney? I never know. Tooney? Like letting him leave your building and go to the Bears, I don't care what the draft pick compensation is. It's not good. You can't let a guy like that out.
Especially when your line wasn't good.
That good, yeah. Exactly.
They lost Samaje Perine, signed Elijah Mitchell, lost Justin Watson.
I love the Nick Bolton re-signing.
Oh yeah, Nick Bolton.
3 years, $45 million. I love that.
They did re-sign Hollywood Brown 1 year up to $11 million.
Basically the same exact thing as last year.
Yep. Signed Robert Tonyan.
Yeah, Robert Tonyan.
Yeah, big bow.
Whoa. Who's he? Didn't they lose a tight end?
Probably.
No, not
Did they lose Noah
Justin
Gray?
Watson.
Oh,
Justin Watson's not a tight end.
no, he might as well. Oh, they lost Jody Fortson. But
No, Jody Fortson.
I thought he was on the Dolphins.
Yeah.
He was at some point.
Right.
That's the last.
Yeah,
team.
that's right. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Who's your big winner?
I changed it to Denver.
Denver.
Yeah.
Out of all of those 8 teams, Denver was your big.
Out of all the 8?
Yeah, who's your biggest
that's
winner?
Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%. Patriots. It's not even close.
Yeah, I thought you meant just that division.
Yeah, I was joking about that. But I think that's all we got for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Tico from the Tico Fantasy Show. This is my pal.
Silly sports.
And you are watching the Not a Football Show.
It's not scoring touchdown.
We love the Tico Fantasy Show.